So welcome everybody, Hare Krishna. I think we got 11 folks here. So good group. How's everything going? How's your practice going? A little bit challenging? A little bit challenging? Anybody want to share? Turn my volume.
I think the second verse was hard.
Second verse was hard, yes.
Yeah. And it looks like 3 and 4 are going to be just as hard.
This is hard. Yes. So, anything else? Anybody else want to share? Get Chapu's waiting there. Let her in. Anybody else?
All right. Well, I was gonna say, yeah, it's hard for the second one because it seems to be a completely different rhythm than the first one.
Yes.
And because of that, it's hard to kind of wrap your head, especially if you're trying to link them together.
Yeah. First 2 of 15th chapter. You want to grab a copy?
We were supposed to have verse 2 memorized as well for today.
You're supposed to getting started on it.
Okay, I started.
Start on it. Anybody want to do a recitation of verse 1?
Sure, yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhva Mulam Adha Shakam Ashvatam Prahur Avyayam Chandam Siyasya Parnani Yastam Veda Saveda Vit.
Wonderful. Very nice. Anybody else want to give it a shot? You're a hard act to follow, man. That's really good. Troy, you want to give it a try?
Yes, probably, of course. Okay.
We heard today it was Troy the country boy.
Man, here we go.
On the show. That was this morning.
Yeah. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urva Mula Mada Shaka Ashvatam Prahuravyayam Chandam Siyasya Parnani Yastam Veda Saveda Vit.
Very nice. Anybody want to try number 2? Verse number 2.
I don't have it memorized, but I can try to read it.
Okay, that's first step. Yeah.
Okay. Adas Chorvam Pasritas Tasya Shaka Guna Pravridya Visaya Pravala Adas Chamulani Anusantatani Karmanu Bandini Manusyaloke.
Very good. Very nice. That's it. That's good. So Adash Chachurdvam Prashrita. Extended. Adash Chachurdvam Prashrita. Down and up. Prashrita Tasha Shaka. Shaka means branches. Yeah. So Adash cha is the word and. So it's just right between those two. You'll see that everywhere in the Bhagavad Gītā. Adash churdvam prashrita. Prashrita, everyone. Extend out. Let's see those arms. Prashrita. Yes. Extend them out. Tasya shaka. Which are the shakas. Tasya, I think, is which are. Shaka. They are the shakas. What's that? Oh, wait. I got something going on in the background. Hold on. It's like a turn it off. YouTube live or something. Here, I have it. Tasya shaka guna privida. This is a really cool one. I like this one. I did some like investigation on this word. So guna, what is the gunas?
The modes of material nature.
Modes of material nature. And I did some years ago, I was taking this Sanskrit course. There is a group called Sanskrita Bharati, and they teach spoken Sanskrit, and they teach it all across the world. You might have one in your city, a group. It's going to be mostly South Indian fellows, but people from all parts of India, but mostly South Indian. And the classes are pretty much always free. I think they have workshops and stuff like that that are like camps and stuff that may cost some money, but the classes are free. And the materials are usually like, the books are like a couple dollars or very inexpensive. It's just like a hobby that they have. I used to go to a class, or I don't know, not too long. It was kind of far from my home, but it was nice. At some point, my disadvantage of not growing up in India started to show up, but I had the advantage that we're always reading these books in Sanskrit, and then everybody else had the advantage that practically 50% of the words, if you know Hindi and Telugu and you almost all the Sanskrit words you already know, a whole great deal of them. So Vridha, I learned, is like an old, and you can also with the like the Veda-based website, you can look up words, and you can even type in like just the first letters of a word and see if you can find what are the root meanings. So pra means to increase, and Vridha means old age. But when you put those together, it means that which matures, or what makes you grow older, which makes you grow. So guna pravidha. So how do you get those flowers to, sometimes people have these roses with like blue dye. How do they get the blue dye in the rose? Clayton.
No idea.
AJ Sullivan knows the science to it.
You just put the blue dye in the water, right?
Put
And
the
then
blue dye in the water, yes. Guna pravidha. Soaks it up. So it's our bodies are we're being nourished by the gunas, and we're getting a particular body. The way the acharyas have explained it in the purport you might have seen is that like sometimes you give a plant a little bit of water and it's kind of it's not doing so well, and you give it a lot of water or appropriate amount of water and it's flourishing. So depending on the gunas that we're associating with, we're getting a demigod body, a human body, or a piglet body. We're getting, according to the different modes of nature. Actually, the modes of nature are.
Prabhu,
Yes.
I got a question.
Go good.
Is that why in the commentaries, it seems like all the commentaries they say how if you commit sinful acts or bad acts, you're in the lower branches, and if you commit pious activities, that's why?
Yeah, so the branches are kind of
really
symbolizing different platforms of species of life. And this analogy, it's not something that we're meant to really get our whole head wrapped around, because it's a big thing and it's hard to, you need to like get a painting and paint it for like 3 months and then like, okay, I get it now or something. It basically says in a few verses, it's like, it's inconceivable. It's kind of hard to understand. So don't let it make it too hard for you to continue on, because it's as we go into the later verses, it will be some more easier to conceptualize understandings. This analogy's got a lot of elements that you find elements in the purport that are not in the verse itself. Yes, Chance.
Yeah, I was just going to say, when earlier reading through some of the purports, I was just kind of trying to visualize it in my head and run my head around it. And I was like, I just need to draw it and like draw a big one and then label all the stuff and like look at that for like 30 minutes. Then maybe I could sort of understand it. But yeah, it's just reading the purports. It's a little
there are some drawings out there. I was reading this book called what is that book? It's a really cool book. It's not even a big book, but it's very systematic, scientific understanding of bhakti. It's written by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and it's called I don't know, I can't remember. It's a cool book. It basically goes through the 9 levels of bhakti, and it has so many different topics, and makes this whole branch in Sri Madhurya Kandamani. Yeah, Madhurya Kandamani. We both got it at the same time. And I was thinking, man, I gotta draw this out. And I started like sketching something out. I'm not a good artist, but I started sketching something out, and I was like, man, this thing needs to be drawn out. And then I found that there was this fantastic poster, and Jason actually made me a copy of it. That's better than I could even imagine. But so more comments, questions.
I thought it was, I completely agree with Dr. Matthew and No Dance Chance as far as like, I've been spending a lot of time really racking my brain, like going to different websites, reading different purports on the first 2 verses, and like I was like, let's just see what verse 3 is. And verse 3, literally the first sentence is, the real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Can't understand it. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You just can't understand it. Yeah. Oh. So yeah, don't. That's why I say these first verses are going to be the biggest hurdle for this practice. But you see, you already did one, and those were one that was a difficult one to understand. So it's gonna get easier as you go on. So Adashcha Churdvam Prashita Tasha Shaka, the branches, and what are they doing? What does Prashrita mean? Extending, yes. Guna Pravidha. What does Vridha mean?
old age.
Maturing.
Old age, yes. And when you put that pra, and to increase your age is to nurture, to nourish, or to make you grow, miracle grow. Guna Pravidha. And the twigs are the Vishayas. Vishaya Pravalaha. The twigs are the objects of the senses. You find this word a lot also, Vishaya. Vishaya Chadiya Serasamajiya Mukha Bole Bolo Hari Hari. Vishaya Pravalaha. Then the next line is Adashchurvam Prashitashta Shashaka Guna Pravida Vishaya Prabha. Adashcha Mulani. This is another word for extending. Adashcha Mulani. What does Ada mean? Alex. Adha. Adha Mukha Svanasana. Downward. Yes. So it's good to practice these hand motions. It helps lock it in the brain. Adha Urdhva. When we put the tilak, another word for tilak is Urdhva Pundra. Urdhva Pundra. Yes. So Adashcha Mulani. Adha, down. Mula. What does mula mean? Chants. Mula mantra. Muladhara chakra. Dr. Matthew, what is mula? Roots, yeah. So Adashcha Mulani Anusantatani. What are they doing? They're also extending out.
Reaching out. Yeah.
And there is a poetic element, because in I think it's verse number 4, he says we should seek out that being from whom everything is extending out since time immemorial. So it's kind of this poetic tying of those verses together. I think it's number 4, or is it number 4? Therefore, thereafter, we should find out that being from whom everything has extended out. Adashtamulani Anusantatani. So you could do this little root dance, extend your arms out. Anusantatani. And karma, your action. Banda, what does banda mean?
Bond
Bound, yes.
or bound.
Banda.
Yeah, bound.
Bound, bondage, bound. Karma, karmanu bandini, bound by karma. In the manusha, what does manu mean? Bailey. Manu. Is that a cow, a dog, or a human? Manu is a man. Is manu, is it the word for man, dog, or cow? Manu is man. Yes, yes. So we get the English word man is from manu. Manusha. Manu. And loke. Does anybody know what this word means? Go loke. Goloka. There's Vaikuntha Loka, Indra Loka, planet. So Manusha Loke means the planet Earth, planet of human beings. And that's significant because both Prabhupada and Baladev Vibhushan, it says it's human life is where you really make karma. Animal life, demigod life, you're just spending karma. No, you're not really doing, you're just kind of living off the fumes of your previous karma. You're not really creating some. Animal life, definitely not. Animal life, you're not being karmically bound because of your decisions, because you're basically just forced to just follow those impulses by the super soul through material nature. And demigods are similarly, they're just living off the elements of their pious karma, their good karma. And it's kind of like you go on a cruise ship and you go on a cruise ship because you got some money, but you're only there for some time as long as your money lasts. And when your money runs out, Krishna says in the 9th chapter, he says, Shine punya martyalo kam vishanti. You fall back down to this planet when your karma runs out. Yes, Matthew.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So is it under that philosophy, is it the case that animals always progress to higher levels until they're humans and they fall back down? They can fall back?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So animals will always, it's like a natural function where they're going to take birth in a species, in a form that is a slightly a higher state of consciousness. And then there are forms that lead to human life, like a monkey or a cow, a tiger. If the person who's coming from the body of a tiger may be initially very also mode of passion. The body of monkey may be mode of ignorance. Those in the body of a cow who taking birth as human may be mode of goodness. But yeah, you're progressing through the different species of life from a lower consciousness. That's why it's a big loss if you lived a human life as a like a pig. It's kind of like you take the new Mac Pro and you use it to hammer nails on the wall. It's a waste of a valuable, or you take your Ferrari to Home Depot and you put all the wood on top or something.
It can't do any harm. It can't make any sin.
Yeah, animals are not. They're not making any sin because they don't. There's no. They don't act outside of it. Yeah. Yeah. The tiger who kills, and even the tiger who wants to kill, he's still limited in his killing. You find Prabhupada has explained. You find in nature that most like tigers and lions, they only get to kill once or twice a week. When they get really hungry, and then they finally have that rage and hunger, and they get some food. So even there's some limitation. It's not that humans just kind of go wild with anything, or animals, they just follow their set natures. They do get to express some elements, like you find sometimes an animal may take care of another animal, even in the wild. But generally, there's no sense of being held responsible for anything.
I had a question.
Animal life is you didn't want to be held, you just want to act irresponsibly. And so Krishna says, okay, here you go. You won't be held accountable for everything that you're doing. Yes, Troy.
What is the reasoning for using the two different words for extended?
I don't know. It's a probably poetic, metric.
Okay.
I know there's oftentimes it's preferred to use some new words, not just saying it comes into too much repetition of the same word. Here, I was going to just show you some of the pictures of the books that we use. This is Surrender Unto Me. This is the study guide by Burijan Prabhu. Somebody pointed out that it's like $900 on Amazon. I think they just have automated systems. When a book's out of print, they just like go crazy with the price, but it's on Kindle. This is one book, and I sent a PDF of it, kind of a scan of it. This is the two commentaries, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Baladev Vidyabhushan. Yeah. These are translated by Bhanu Swami. And there's some other nice books. This is Rancher Prime's Talks Between the Soul and God. He wanted to think of how he could present the Bhagavad Gītā to his children. He said he's got to make it understandable that even a child can understand it. So this one has quite nice understanding. Then we have here, this is a Wisdom of the Sage guest, the professor. No, Dr. Graham Schwake. He's not the, no, he is. No, this is Garuda. We had the other one was the other teacher is a different teacher. This is a professor. He's a devotee, and this is like a scholastic version. Bhagavad Gītā, the beloved Lord's secret love song. And then this is another devotee, Professor and Sannyasi, Comprehensive Guide to Bhagavad Gītā with literal translation by Hridayananda Goswami. And then I also sent a small poetic rendition of it by Kalakanta Prabhu. I put a little post in the Discord there. So would you guys like to break up into groups and practice with each other? Or if you have any questions on the verse, let's break up. Okay, so we need six groups.
AJ Sullivan had to step away, so account
Okay.
for that. Someone will.
Okay. All right. I should have done the whole verse together. Hey, who am I? What?
What are they doing?
We're memorizing chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gītā, 21-day course with Wisdom of Sages friends. Okay, let me join Bob because I think Bob, were you all alone?
Yep, I guess it's just me and you.
Okay, yes. Would you like to give it a shot?
Sure. I was a little tardy to the party. I didn't email you till over the weekend, and I didn't realize I was supposed to be working on it before class. So I'll give it a whirl. So bear with me.
You got classes like where we practice, and then hopefully before the next class we got it down. Before or after the class, before, during, or after the class.
Yeah. Okay. So I will give it a whirl here. So.
Okay.
Atash Tordhavam Prashrita Tasya Shaka Guna Pravrida Vishaya Pravalaha Adhascha Mulani Anushantatani Karmani Bandahina Hini Manushya Loki.
Very good. I was thinking, I think I should go back and open up everyone and just walk through it a couple times before I send everybody out again. Now,
Sure.
yeah, let me just get everybody together.
Was that all right though?
That was very good.
fine?
That was very good.
Cool.
Okay. Let me just get everybody. Okay. I was thinking before I sent all you guys out to do this, I think I should recite it a few times and have we all do it a couple times together, and then we go back to practicing like we did last time. So I think we got 4 of us here so far. I think everybody will be there in like 1 minute.
Can't believe you had stuck me with Bob though. That's messed up.
I got him with Bob. I got him with Bob.
Of all the people.
All right. So everybody, no, it's still 4 of us.
Okay.
Okay. 10, 11. I think, okay, I think it's, so I was thinking, before I send all you guys out, I think it would be better that if I recite it a couple times and you guys can say it along, mics or no mics or whatever. And then you guys give it a shot. And then also try to, again, test as I'm doing with you, asking you, what does this word mean? What does that word mean? You guys do that to each other. And that will help. So here, let me read the verse. Adaschurdvam prashitastasashaka guna pravidha vishaya pravalaha adaschamulani anusantatani karmanubhandini manushaloke. I'll do it line by line. Can I trade you now? All right. Where are we on? You're not on the verse. Adaschurdvam prashitastasashaka guna pravidha vishaya pravalaha adaschamulani anusantatani karmanubhandini manushaloke. Adaschurdvam prashitastasashaka guna pravidha vishaya pravalaha adaschamulani anusantatani karmanubandhini manushaloke. Okay, somebody go for it once other than Troy, because he already got a chance. Clayton.
Adaschurdvam prasritastasya shaka guna pravridha vishaya pravala adaschamulanyanu santatani karmanubandhini manushaloke.
Okay, we got to make a cassette out of Clayton. That was good. Jenny, you want to give it a try?
Hare Krishna, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Adaschurdvam prashitastasya sakta guna pravida visaya pravala Adashchamulanyanu karmanubandini manushaloke.
Very nice. Very nice. AJ Sullivan.
All right, let's see. Adhas chodvam prastratas tasya saka guna pravidra vishaya pravala adascha mulani anusantatani karma nubandini manushaloke.
Can someone tell me the first line from memory? Eh? Anybody? Want to try? Look at it.
The translation, or
Just
the
the
translation, or just the word?
Just the Sanskrit, yeah.
Oh, just
Adashchurvam prashitashashaka.
Adashchodvam prasritastasya sha.
Very good, very good. Someone want to say the second line from memory?
Okay, I'll try.
All right.
Guna parida vishaya
Pravalaha.
I
Yes.
didn't make
Try it again. Try it again.
Guna parida vishaya pravala.
What's the? Who can give the first verse from memory? I think Troy's ready for that one. Dance, chance.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdvamulam Madakshakam. Yeah. Ashvatam Prahor Vyayam Chanamsi Yasya Pranani Jastam Vera Samvera Vit.
Very nice. So at some point we'll break out. We'll practice among each other. But while you're practicing over the next few days, try, work on your second verse, but then also chant them together. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdvamalam Madashakam Ashvatam Prahur Avyayam Chandansi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Saveda Vit Adashchurdvam Prashitashta Guna Pravidha Vishaya Pravaha Adashchumulani Nasantatani Karmanubandhini Manushaloke. So then that meter, you can kind of go with the same melody, but it's just a few extra syllables. You kind of extend it out. There is another more complicated, it's more melodious, but it is also more complicated. And that I can say that one for you. If you find yourself musically inclined, you may be attracted to the more difficult melody because it may stick in your head more. Adashchurdvam prashitashashaka. No, I'm going back. I got to remember. There's a verse that I know that I always know that verse in a particular melody. This one devotee gave class in year 2000, and in the class he had us remember the verse, and nahi prapashami mamavnudya yachoshanam ut nahi adashchurdvam prashitashashaka guna pravidha vishaya pravalaha adashchamulani anusantatani karmanubandini manushaloke adashchurdvam prashitastasashaka guna pravidha vishaya pravalaha adashchamulani anusantatani karmanubandini manushaloke. I'm just remembering, we got some faces on the other side of the screen that are not showing up that I haven't been calling on. Say Mr. Seva and Alex and Chapu haven't been called on. You guys want to share, give it a shot, do the reading, do one from memory, do the first one from memory. Yeah, somebody's up.
I'll try to read one. I'm not.
Okay.
I have some practicing to do.
All right.
I'll try to read the second one.
Okay.
Adhas churvam prashritas tasya shakaha guna pravrida vishaya pravalaha adhas chamulani anusantatani kamanu bandini manusha loke.
Very good. Very good. Alex?
All right. I had a question, and then I think I can do the 1st one.
I'll go for it, yes.
Is there anywhere that exists just like a couple of these verses together, just the Sanskrit?
Like a recording?
Either way, a recording or just like the text.
If you go to Database, you can pick the advanced view in Database and just strip it down to whatever you want to see.
All right.
You go to Vedabase.com, click on Bhagavad Gita, click on the chapter, and on the top right, it will say advanced view, and you can uncheck purport, translation, word for word, Devanagari, and it'll just say Sanskrit, something like that. And you can see the whole thing there. There was also one for print that had it just the English sounds, and not in Sanskrit, but in English. And I think I may even have a copy of it on PDF too that I can send out. Probably could just put it in an email. Yeah.
Chandra, I do have a question.
Yes.
How do you pronounce the second word? Like chordwam or
yes.
churdwam?
That's chordwam. Chordwam. So the D's got an H to it, so it's got a H to it. Adhash chordwam. And the M is like a, and the M is a sound. It's got a little bit of reverberation there. Adash chordvam.
Prasritas tasya shaka.
And the shritas tasya shaka. Shaka. And this, keep on always practicing. Just as awkward it is as at first, then it becomes natural. Just extend those long vowels. You can even write it out in your own handwriting and just put 2 A's every time you see A with a line over it. Or every time you see a U, put like 2 O's, or I, put 2 E's. Okay, I think you guys are ready for breakout rooms. So recite to each other, test each other quiz each other on the words. Try to say some lines from memory. Okay, so we have 11, so I'm going to put put 5 rooms. Create and go. There you go. And it looks like somebody got. Let's go with Clayton.
Hey, Bo.
Clayton.
Hey, guys.
All right. Let's see. Wait. 1 second. Clayton, how's it going? You want to go?
You're on mute, bud. Still on mute, Clayton.
Sorry, Prabhus. Okay, I'll do 1 from memory and 2 I'm still working on. So, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdva Mulam Adashakam Ashvatam Ashvatam prahuravyayam
That's it.
dangsi yasya parnani yastam
So wait,
veda savedavit adash chordvam prasritastasya shaka guna pravidha vishaya pravalaha adash chamulani anusantatani karmanubandini manushya loke.
Testing on the words. I'm just testing the we have two guys here, so sorry. Very good, very good.
I'm just going to shut the door real quick. I'll be back in 13 seconds.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's enough time for you to do it again.
Urdva mulamada shakam ashvatam prahuravyayam chandang siyasya parnani yastam veda savedavit adash chordvam adjust chordvam prasritas tasya shaka guna pravida vishaya pravalaha adascha mulanyanu shantatani karmanu bandini manushya loke. Don't ask me for the word for word.
What does prashrita mean?
Yeah, extended. Prasrita, extended. Okay.
And anusantatani.
Also extended, right?
Yes.
Yes, also extended. Anusantatani, prashrita, anusantatani are the same word.
Yeah.
Same meaning.
And guna pravidha.
Guna pravridha, Prabhupada gives it as developed, but as you were explaining, vridha means like to age or old age, and pra means advancing or something, or advancing in old age, developing.
Makes you grow, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And what are the vishayas?
I'm looking now. Sense objects.
Yes. Guna pravidha, vishaya, pravalaha. It's good. It's good to act it out, especially with these visual things.
Prashrita, okay, vishaya, sense objects.
Are the twigs.
Pravala. TK.
AJ Sullivan, you're up.
I'll try the first one again. So it's Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Ardvamula Madhasakam. I'll give you the first word there.
Ashvatam.
Thank you. Ashvatam Prahur Aviyayam Chandamsi Tasha Parnani Tam Yash. Right, yeah. Is it Tam Yash or Yashtam?
Yashtam.
Yeah, Yashtam Veda Savedavit.
Very good. Only one thing is Chandamsi Yasya.
Oh, I said Tasha. Yeah. Yasya. Okay. Yeah, because I keep getting, because I'm like in my head, I'm like, okay, if that one's Yasha, then the next one is Tash. Like I had, it's like Tashyam, but I have it backwards. So okay.
Yeah. Usually when they give like some kind of analogy, sometimes it'll be Tasya Yasya, like Dehinosmen Yata, Dehe Yata, Yata Tata.
Okay.
Which are therefore, which like Yasya I think is like the which are, and the Tasya Tata is the therefore.
Okay.
Thus,
yeah. Okay. So on this second text, man, it's like I said, it's just a rhythm thing, right? So it's especially that first, like the Prashratas Tasya.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Adhash Chordvam Prashratas Tasya.
Prashratas Tashaka.
That it's that touch part that gets
yeah.
So it's Adhas Chordvam Prastras Prashritashaka.
Prashritashaka.
Adhas chordam prashritashyasak. There was an extra.
Do it slower. Do it slower. Yeah.
Okay. Adhas chordvam prashritastashyasaka. Guna pravidra vishaya pravalaha. Adhasi cha mulani anusantatani. Karmanum bandini manushaloke. Right. Yeah. Is that Karmanu bandini? Bandini
Yes.
or okay.
Karmanu bandini. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bound by the karma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's a adhas chordvam prashritas tasya sakya sakha or sakya
Shaka.
Shaka
bro.
Shaka bro.
I grew up in Hawaii. You can't take a photo without doing that. Actually, my daughter's name is V Shaka.
V Shaka.
Yeah. She would have no problem sign languaging her name in Hawaii.
Adhas. Okay. Adhas chordvam prashritas tasya shaka. Guna pravidra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prashritas.
Yeah. Pravidha.
Do you say where's the R fall into that? I mean, I can't hear it, I guess.
Guna pravidha.
Yeah, but that R in the middle.
It's like a Krishna, like the R-I in Krishna.
Okay. Pravrid, so pravridda.
Yeah. Pravidha. Yeah.
Vishaya pravala.
And then the pravalaha.
Adhas chamulani. See that one I can get. Adhas chamulani anusantatani. Karmanu bandini manusha loke.
Dinero?
Yeah.
¿Cuánto? ¿Eh? Mucho. Todo. ¿Cuánto cuesta?
That's about all I know of Spanish. ¿Cuánto cuesta?
¿Cuánto cuesta? Mucho.
Do you want to give it a go again, Clay?
Okay. I'll try the first line of the second verse from memory. Adash chordvam prasritas tasya shaka guna pravrida vishaya pravala guna pravrida vishaya pravala adash chamulani anushantatani adash chamulani anushantatani karmanu bandini manushaloke. Yeah. Can't hear you.
Yeah, the third line is like it's the only line in this one that flows. You know what I mean? Like the rest of them are like so like I don't know, they don't have any flow to me. But then that like Adhas chamulani anusantatani, like that one like has a good flow to it.
Yeah, I find actually if you focus on like the A with the line, the long
Yeah.
A, if you actually make an effort to put those sounds in, I find anyway
You
for
can get a
myself,
rhythm out of it.
it starts to flow a little better.
Yeah. Adhas chordvam prashritas tasyasaka guna pravidha vishaya pravalaha adhas chamulani anusatatani karmanu bandini manusha loke.
My kid's jumping on my bed.
Crashing the party. I had to leave a little while ago to go outside to pick honeysuckles. It was a very important mission to go outside and pick honeysuckles before bed. So
exactly.
I was like, had to do it. So
okay, so let's see if I'll try. I'm not gonna try actually. This kid is jumping on my bed. So. Okay, wait.
And cracking herself up.
Then go back and try to do the actual verses. But yeah, once I sort of got a hold of some of the pronunciation, I could sort of then flow through the verse translation and purport. But at first, I would spend so much time on the translation or on the verse, it was difficult. But yeah.
Yeah.
How's it going over here?
We were quizzing each other on different words. We're like, what does this mean?
Nice.
Anu Bandini.
Karmanu Bandini.
Karma, bound by karma.
Yeah.
Bound by action.
Some of them
Okay.
planet.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Some of the words I was going to say, they actually kind of do almost resemble the English counterparts, like Anu Bandini, like the Bandini part, bound.
Yeah, that is the root. Banda is it's the English root, comes from the Sanskrit.
So yeah, I think a lot of words, right? It's
Brudra is brother. Tumultula in the Bhagavad Gītā is tumultuous. You have Agni, ignite. You have it goes on for quite some time. A lot of words.
Makes you think where the Latins got their words.
Oh well, that according to linguist scholars, Sanskrit is the root of most European languages, especially Lithuanian has a massive amount of Sanskrit words. And it came out to be, basically they came up with two conclusions. Either the Europeans are from India and they didn't like that idea. And so they came up with the idea that the Indians are from Europe and the Vedas are from Europe. That's what their idea is. So there's a Max Mueller, who was an Indologist who had never been to India. He decided that's the case and he taught it, and the British ran the educational system for 200 years. And thus people actually began to believe it. But there is a lot of evidence to disprove it. There's evidence of whoever was involved in compiling Rig Veda, Mahabharata, knew things that were only present at the time 5,000 years ago. They knew the specific astronomy in the sky, like when was there a solar eclipse followed 3 days later by a lunar eclipse at this location? It was only at that time period. Or when was the Sarasvati River flowing, which the scientists in 1983 just recently discovered with satellite mapping technology. They found the ancient riverbed of Sarasvati. So that river, they said that according to NASA, they said that this river stopped flowing 3,000 years ago. And the British conclusion was 2,500 years ago, us Caucasians brought the Vedas. It's the Aryan invasion theory. They came up with this idea. But this river wasn't even flowing back then. The river was flowing as it's described in the Rig Veda 5,000 to 7,000 years ago. So there's a lot of things that disprove the idea. But yeah, so Sanskrit is roots in most of the languages that we use. English, Spanish. Yeah. Have you guys tried reading it over and over again together to each other? Anybody?
We did. Yeah.
Nice.
Beach read it. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I think it's time for us to get back together. Let's get back all together. Chapu's, I think, in a room by herself. No, she's got Jenny there. Good. Let's see. So I'm going to leave this room. Let's see whoever joins back. Nice.
Give me my dealing with a little.
So Clayton was able to do verse 2 from memory with a kid jumping on the bed and laughing.
Wow.
I think he might know the whole thing by the end of the week.
I think she was holding up cards.
You're pumping me up, of course.
He's going to chapter 15 by the end of the week. It's a fact.
This is my son, Ramananda. Come say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Bo.
Hey, Bo.
And look, there's his son. Nice.
This is
So
Jai
how's everybody-
Keshava.
Jai Keshava.
Yeah, say Haribol.
Nice.
Jai Keshava.
Do you know Jai Keshava from Seattle also?
No.
Okay, I used to live with the Jai Keshava.
The adult?
The
Jai
adult,
Keshava.
yeah.
Oh. I don't know. I wonder if I knew a Jai Keshava from Vancouver, but I don't know if he's the same guy.
African American or African? Oh,
No.
froze there.
There's a one from Canada.
Okay, yeah. He was a runway model and became a monk, and we lived together. Taught me how to put on a good dhoti.
It's 20 hours.
So
Sorry,
this is,
it totally cut out there, so I didn't hear anything. said.
oh, he was a runway model, became a monk.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
I definitely would have noticed them, but I didn't. No.
Yeah.
Stop holding me.
Okay, buddy.
So everybody's feeling pumped up. They feel like we can do this. Anyone a little nervous? Bailey's feeling a little bit nervous there. So I'm telling you, when we're class 5, verse 1, you're going to have it locked down, because every day, give it a little shot. Every day, give it a little recitation, and then work, look at it, read it, and then try to see how far you can get, and do go all the way without having to look at the paper. Just go, go one line and go line 1, go line 1 and 2, go. Oh, Anya's trying to get back in the. Anya, yeah, go line 1. Anya, are you just joining in? Where's Anya?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Are you just joining in?
Yeah, I just got here.
Okay, we're just finishing.
What?
Did there was an error in the message? 8 Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, it said 9 p.m.
It said 9. It was an email. It said 9 p.m. Aye.
No, your email does say 8 p.m. I just heard through the grapevine that it was moved to 9.
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
Right.
Sorry, everybody.
No problem. Well, we recorded it. We had a lot of fun and recorded
it.
Maybe I can say a few minutes after we close it out, and we can practice a little bit. We're just checking in with everybody. How's everybody feeling about their verses? Jenny's got her thumbs up. Troy's got his thumb up. Matthew's got his thumbs up. Seva's got kind of half thumb up. Chapu, where's your thumb? You got any thumbs? You got okay going on? Mr. Bob, Bob's got his arms in the air, dancing ecstatically. Looks like Lord Nityananda. Let's see. Okay, so well, thank you guys. Any last comments or questions? And we'll get off here.
Oh, good question on the commentary from the Gītā Bhūṣana.
Gītā Bhūṣana, yeah.
Yeah, he says, thus the kamya karmas make material life appear attractive and increase the entanglement. What is he speaking about?
Good one. So yes, hold on, guys. Inside voice. Okay, that's a good one. Was that? Oh, so. Kamya Karna. Oh, Bhakti Chris is waiting. What's going on? We got another person coming in at this time. Okay, Bhakti Chris.
It's all Chris's fault that I was late.
Oh, Chris is put under the bus. Okay, we're just finishing up here. But the question was brought up about Kamya Karmas. So does anybody know what does Kamya mean? Kama.
Lust.
Desire, yeah. And the word lust is used oftentimes in English. We're going to think that as a very sensual thing, but the word kama in just general can just mean desire. And kamya karma means when you perform karma, your religious duties, you perform dharma because you want something material. And so most of the Vedas, as Krishna tells Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gītā, idam pushpitam bhacham, says don't be bewildered by the flowery language of the Vedas. Most of the Vedas are all about promising, you do this nice thing and you're gonna, you do this ritual and you're gonna enjoy, you're gonna find a beautiful wife or a wealthy husband, or you're gonna get lots of profit from your grains. Everything's gonna grow nicely. You're gonna get all these nice things. And in the Vedic time period, people would perform yagyas and those things would happen. It would, you perform the yagya, and you sometimes even in the way back in the previous yugas, you would even see the demigods appear at the yagya. And it was a way to progress people from different levels of understanding. Like instead of not accepting that there's anybody higher than you, you had some understanding. There is somebody higher than me. There's an Indra. There is a powerful being, and he got there because of his pious karmas of his previous life. So automatically there's a understanding of previous life. And so the person may work really hard doing these rituals to get something nice in this life, but then they hear more from the Vedas, they hear from the Brahmanas, they hear from the sadhus, and they hear, wait, no, better than getting something nice materially in this life, let me get something even more materially nice in my next life. So it's a higher level of kamya karma, or another word for it is karma kanda. You might have heard that before, karma kanda. And so instead of trying to get something in this life, they try to get a position as Lord Indra in next life. Wow, that's a really good yoga pose, Clayton. He's holding his foot to his head. No, that's his kid's foot. Then by hearing from the sages, the sastra, the yogis, the brahmanas, they hear that, the Upanishads that deal more with getting away from material desires, they hear freedom from material desires and being established in the bliss of the self is higher and it's better than materialistic enjoyment. So then they move to the next stage, Jnana Kanda. And they can practice that. And by the association of the brahmanas, the sastras, the priests, the scripture, the sadhus, the saintly people, they may even hear more, and they hear, well, there's something better than just bliss of the self. There is something called devotion, love of God, which it makes bliss of the self seem absolutely insignificant. So there's different levels that people can progress while they're in the Vedic culture, ultimately just starting with trying to get your desires fulfilled. And because especially in the previous ages, because it works so well, people develop faith in the source of information. Just like if somebody from who makes good microwaves? Somebody tell me, because the name is Alex. I can't hear you. Who makes a good refrigerator? Whirlpool. Whirlpool. Do they make microwaves? Maybe.
Use a microwave, so I don't
Just
know.
say, okay, so Whirlpool man comes and
I've
brings
got
you
one.
a refrigerator. He says, you put some power in this thing and your food stays fresh and cool for a long time. And it works. So the next time the guy comes over with something that's supposed to wash your clothes, you believe him and you practice what he has to offer because it worked. And so this way they get worked all the way up to coming to trying bhakti. Anything else? All right. Well, I think we'll stop off here. I think Anya and I think Chris, we can just chat a little bit, practice a little bit but yeah, every Wednesday will be my time is 7, Eastern Standard Time is 8. And the same thing for the Sunday is 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. So, Om Tat Sat.
Not Saturday.
What?
Saturday, you mean?
Saturday 11. What did I do? Did I say something
You said
wrong?
Sunday.
Sunday. Oh, there we go. I said
Saturday.
something wrong last time too. All right. So keep every day, go at it, and then tell your friends, hey, can I share that? Can I say this? Call up somebody. Call up Chapu. Ain't much. It's hard to find some devotees.
Alex
there.
called me last week.
I was like,
You did?
Alex, what's the meaning for this word?
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
what this means.
I think we should just do, we started a WhatsApp group, but it's better we just do it on Discord, do it on the mantra thread. People can share some stuff. If you find anything related to what we're doing, just share it there. I may share some recordings of just myself chanting the verse so people can hear it. There we go. We got a hairstylist there. Nice. Okay, so I think we'll see you guys later. I know we'll just talk with Anya, and I think Chris, is there a Chris here? He's still here? I think you got, oh, there, back to Chris. I see you. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Haribol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Chandra, is it okay if I ask some questions, Rick?
Absolutely, go for it. Go for it.
I just, since this is my first class, that was kind of a lot. Whoa. But Tapu was so good. It seems like the email you gave a lot of reading. Is that just different references to the verse? Do you want us to?
Yes. So what I have in the email, some of this, I have a book that I sent in the first email, a PDF of this. I couldn't put that in the subsequent emails because my PDF is not cut and pastable. It comes out all messed up. So one day they asked Srila Prabhupada, where's the other one? I have the other one is over here. Okay. They asked Srila Prabhupada, what book would you like to translate next? And Srila Prabhupada said, maybe such and such book by Rupa Goswami or by Jiva Goswami. And he said, but also Bhagavad Gītā. And he said, Ramayana, and he said, Bhagavad Gītā. And he said, what he said, Prabhupada, you translated Bhagavad Gītā. What are you talking about? He said, no, but there are so many commentaries. So Bhagavad Gītā, these commentaries, Bhagavad Gītā is a gem, it's a jewel. And if you hold it up to the light, there's so many different colors. There are different lights that you can hold it up to. There's so much that can be derived. So Prabhupada said, there's so many commentaries. Ramanujacharya, Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur, Baladev Vibhushan. So if you open up Bhagavad Gītā as it is, on the first page of the book, Prabhupada says, I dedicate this book to whom? I dedicate it to Baladev Vidyabhushan, who kindly presented so nicely the Govinda Bhashya commentary Vedanta Sutra. So Baladev Vidyabhushan's commentary has been translated, and his translations of the verses, which both him and I can't remember if he's a disciple of or the other one is the disciple of. This is Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur. They both have wonderful commentaries on the Bhagavad Gītā. They're about the same thickness, and but sometimes the translations are a slightly different ways of seeing it. And it's not there. Nothing goes against our Siddhanta, but just different ways of. Nothing goes against the conclusion of love God, but it's just different ways of seeing it. And so Prabhupada, because Prabhupada is parampara, he's following the disciplic succession. So Prabhupada, pretty much, a lot of the points that Prabhupada says are maybe at least 70%. He's repeating Baladev Vidyabhushan's purports most of the time, because that's what Guru does. He just passes it on. And then sometimes he includes some of Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur's as well. And so I don't want anybody here to get overwhelmed, but one of the ideas of the course is just forget about every other chapter and just become, instead of a jack of all trade, become an expert in one. And try to hear as much lectures as you can on. It might be a little fast paced. I'm wondering if we should do one a week, but I think people can do it. 2 verses a week we'll be learning.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That was another.
You're in the third class. We had an intro class. We had verse 1 class, and this is the third class, which is the second verse. Intro class, we just explained why memorize a chapter, because any fool can recite a song, but it takes a genius to put it all together and figure out. If you remember 5 or 6 verses, you're going to forget them possibly because you won't use them. but you can recite a chapter very easily. It's only takes 2 to 5 minutes to chant chapter 15, one that we're doing.
Okay.
And so it all goes together. They all make sense together. So they all reinforce your memory of it. And you don't have to be a genius of knowing how to use it. You just have to be able to sing a song, wrap it off every once in a while.
Yeah. Okay. So are the classes like twice a week? What's the
they're
schedule?
Saturday morning. That's Florida time, 11:30 a.m. and Wednesday at this time.
Okay, twice a week. Okay, I can do that.
And they're all recorded. Back to Chris. I don't know if that's a hand up or just grabbing something. So Anya and Chris, you guys, I will recite the verse for you. And I think we should give it a couple times reading it together. See you later. Jenny was here from the beginning, so see you later.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I apologize for I got your email and it was like an updated classing and it said classes changed from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So I assumed it was at 9 o'clock tonight.
Oh my God! It said something. It like got messed up. It was like a calendar update or something.
It says week changed weekly from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Wednesday.
It's probably some stupid technical error. I don't know why.
It's okay.
God.
I'll be
Thanks to technology. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
It must have been on my end because everyone else showed up.
Yeah. So I'll recite the verse. You want it? Can you? Any of you did you get a chance to lock down verse 1?
90%.
90%. You want to give it a try?
Yeah, I can. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Urdva Mulam Adha Shakam Ashvatam Purha Avayam Chandam Shi Pranani Ashyasam Yasta Veda.
Nice.
You don't do this in the background?
So there's a lot of good points in the video that we said, like different points about the words and the roots of the words. So if you wouldn't mind watching that video at some point, I'll upload it tonight. But I will just recite the second verse, because it is a little harder. It's a little longer, and this is the biggest hurdle: is these first verses, because the meanings are obscure, the lines are longer, and as Krishna says in the third verse, you can't understand this tree. And so when you look at it, you're like, man, I can't understand this thing. And then Krishna says, like, when was it Troy? He said, I just read it ahead, and he said, the real form of this tree can't be perceived in this world. You just can't understand it. It's just too much. And it's a good analogy, but there's so many elements to it. So I don't want you to get too overwhelmed with the analogy. The idea is the world is a big entangling mess, and you have to, the one who knows that is the knower of the Vedas. So adashchurdvam prashitastashaka guna pravidha vishaya pravalaha adashchumulani anusantatani karmanubandhini manushaloke. So what does manu mean? Manu is where we get the English word man. Where does banda mean? Banda is the word bondage. Karma, bound by karma. Vrida is an old person. This is a point in the recording. Vrida is an old person, but pravida. Pra is I would look up a long time ago. I would research all these different words and try to find the meanings of the individual roots of them. And I saw this word pra. I know the word pra means to increase. And vrida means age. So what increases your age is what nourishes you, what makes you grow. So guna pravida is saying that this tree is nourished by the gunas. How do you get a blue rose, George? Jason, how do you get a blue rose?
Blue water.
Blue water.
You put in blue water.
You nourish it with a particular. So when we nourish ourselves with a particular mode, we're going to get a particular body. We nourish ourselves with the mode of ignorance, we get a piglet body. We nourish ourselves with the mode of passion, we get a human body. Nourish ourselves with the mode of goodness, we get a demigod body. So we're nourished by the three guna pravidha, and vishaya. The vishayas, the objects of the senses, are the twigs. And oh, here's two words right here. Don't forget these two. And you gotta prashrita, extend. So you gotta actually extend your arms out. Prashrita and anusantatani. Extend. They both mean extend. And I think it's also related to a later verse. I think it's number 4, where Krishna poetically ties these two together. He says actually just seek out the person from whom everything has extended since time immemorial. I think that's verse number 4. So he's using this word extended, and then again he uses that word extending, that person from whom everything has been coming from since prashrita. Again, he uses that word prashrita again. Yes, Purani. So I think I need to go now, but please see the video. You guys want to test each other? You want to stay in the room and test each other for some time? Anya, you have some time? You guys can test each other?
Yeah, I have some time.
Because we spent actually a lot of time, less time of me talking and a lot more time of individuals testing each other, because if you have smaller groups, it's more opportunity to test each other. So I'll just have you guys test each other.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thanks, Chandra. Sorry, Ball.
Thanks a lot. Hare Krishna.